dial there? Or is there a
Zoom,
button?
top two buttons
Button,
here.
okay.
So if you want to go in, just push it down,
Okay.
out, just push this one back.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I figured there might. I sound too like I don't know what I'm doing, but I was like, I knew. Assuming it was probably advanced enough that there was a button, but
no, that's fair. No, it's a good thing to be asking questions. So.
it got to my email.
Yeah.
I see it on my phone.
Okay. Sounds good. So we're gonna do a flood after this.
Oh, okay, so I have time.
Yeah, then no Canada and then whatever.
So to the best of your knowledge, is the arena section now locked down from the outside, or do you have a way in?
Like, what do you mean?
You're gonna pop one of these guys down there.
Yeah, I think anybody who's coming in is gonna be coming in.
Yeah,
Yeah, now if they want to sit over here, I don't think it's gonna stop.
like all the doors, stuff will be like main concourse in here. Hold on, that's what he's doing.
That's why, yeah, because we're usually set up over there.
Right, yeah.
We're set up over at that corner because it's all set up.
Yeah,
That's what I was told. So.
I was just hoping he would have left one open because he hadn't let me in here. Oh well.
I'm not too positive about it.
Oh well. Oh well.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's game. Starting for your Hurricanes in goal, number 29, Olivia Lowell. On defense, number 15, Emmy Parsons. On defense, number 9, Ella Marshall. Forwards, Abby Gordon, Kristen Taylor, and Cassie Gordon. Starting for your CBU Papers in goal, number 29, Emily O'Neill. Number 16, Layla Ludica. Number 14, Marley Hiscock. Number 15, Genevieve Marshall. Number 12, Amira Paul. And number 5, Maddie Corbin.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps if you're able for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, folks, it is Valentine's Day here at East Lake Center in Charlottetown, PEI, and the Holland Hurricanes have to be loving being home for the first time in about 3.5 months, give or take. My name is Jordan Carraher, and yes, the Hurricanes are on home ice for the first time since I believe November 2nd when they faced off with the Acadia ACHA here. Tonight they face off with the Cape Breton University Capers, and we're getting into crunch time before championships here in a few weeks' time. The Hurricanes enter this game with a record of 1 win, 5 losses, while the Capers 4 wins, 3 losses, and a tie. And the starting goaltenders here tonight for both sides is the Hurricanes, Olivia Lowe, the 3rd year out of Murray River, Prince Edward Island. And for the Capers, it'll be Emily O'Neill as we're underway, puck in the Hurricane zone early. And bringing that one out will be Parsons. She's able to get that one forward. And that one's chipped in by Cassie Gordon. She follows that one up with Layla Ludica in hot pursuit. Puck frozen along the end boards. Worked out by Gordon, Abby Gordon in this case. And puck was frozen, but now it's poked out here again. And that's Hannah Whalen who sent that one in deep, but now it's going to come out of the Caper zone. And Tori Acorn tried to find a pass, but it'll get chipped in there by the Capers' Geneva Marshall, and she'll go off for a change. Hurricanes bring it out now. Cassie Gordon with it. Turns around. Nice redirect there from the block. Rebound, unable to handle it there was Darcy Reardon. And it's going to come out to the blue line for Marshall. Tried to center that one. It's going to come forward. Alain drops. Marshall able to grab it at the blue line. Hacking away at it there with Abby Rogers. But now the Capers will try and bring it back out, and they succeed. Parsons will grab it at center ice. Centering pass there for LeBlanc, poke forward. And that one gets out of Capers territory, so the Hurricanes will regroup. And setting the play back up there again was Captain Belle Jacobs for the Capers. But it gets turned over back briefly into Capers territory, but that one's sent forward by Kate Burke as we get our first stoppage. 18:04 left here in the first period, still scoreless. And the face-off will come just outside the Capers zone in front of the CBU bench. And that one's sent in behind the Cape Breton goal. And now trying to break out here with it are the Capers, but it gets poked away. And we get another stoppage. As that was Anna Luan trying to bring it back in. And it looks like they'll be moving the face-off back in front of the Capers bench once again. 17:51 left in the opening period. Face-off won there by the Capers. Controlling it there was Maddie Corbett. And now trying to chip it out there was Ashlyn Tierney, but had that turned over, and that one's going to flip into the Capers bench, courtesy of Addison McGillivray, and we'll try yet another face-off at that same spot. Only 2:22 into this game, but I think that particular piece of ice is going to get worn out pretty quick. Capers win the draw. That's Corbett with it again. And Ludica sends it up the boards. Hurricanes coming back with it now. That was Aubrey McDonald trying to bring it forward. It's going to be sent back around the Capers net for Corbett. Tries to get it out, held up at the blue line by Parsons. Parsons with it again. She'll try and put it on net. Looked like got a little bit of a tip there from McDonald, but it didn't quite get on goal. And a puck battle right below our broadcast position. Marshall sends that one on net. That's the first real test for O'Neill here tonight. And she just absorbs the puck right into the chest protector. Face-off will come to her left. 3 minutes into this one, still no score. And it'll be Abby Gordon taking the draw. And a tie-up off the face-off here. Capers briefly prevailed, but it's now down into our near corner. And that's Abby Gordon trying to push forward. Eventually loses the handle on it. Now the Capers will try and break out. Nice attempt there. And it does keep pushing forward. And it's going to be Rhea Martinello on it here behind the net for CBU. Hurricanes will get it redirected there, courtesy of Hannah Whalen. And they'll break out. CBU narrowly missing too many players on the ice with that change. But no harm, no foul as they'll try and break it out here again. Amira Paul, former Mount Academy Saint, by the way, so she's very familiar with playing here on the island. So good to see Amira back here, but this time in CBU colors. And now potentially a break here for the Hurricanes. Taylor tried to get a handle on it, pressured by a couple of Capers defenders here now. Shot just a little bit inside of the target. And trying to chip that around was Reardon. And that puck's going to get all the way down the ice. Icing waved off, low out to play it. Now here's Parsons looking to set back up. Both teams changing. And that gets out to center ice. Corbett with it now. Corbett brings it in, winds up, and big block there from Parsons. As that was potentially an opportunity gone awry there for CBU. And now the Hurricanes will bring it forward. And nice defensive play there to poke that one away. That was courtesy of, as I get the program back up, that was Ludica again. And please tell me if I'm pronouncing anything incorrectly here. We do have comments on the YouTube stream, of course. And if I'm getting something off, please let me know, as that'll get sent on net. Lowe steers that one aside. Centering pass, nobody home there that time around, and it's going to go all the way down into CBU territory. Belle Jacobs with it. Pressured on the forecheck there by Reardon, but she's able to get it out. And that's going to get called for icing. 14:33 left now in the opening period. Again, no score between these two teams. And this is, of course, the front end of a doubleheader. They'll go at it again tomorrow right here at Eastlink Center at 11:15 in the morning. As the faceoff's going to come to O'Neill's left. And McGilvery pushes forward. Centering pass, couldn't quite find her target there. That was Carey that she was looking for. Now the Hurricanes try to collect it in their own zone. Comes out front, unable to clear briefly, but now they succeed second time around. As Carey's attempts to chip that one forward didn't quite succeed. McGilvery going to give it a shot now. And that one chipped aside by Julia McKinnon of the Capers, but now Holland College has it back. And skating that one in will be Abby Murphy, but unable to do anything with it. Corbett trips over the ice there, just kind of caught a crooked edge there, I think. And it's going to come back to Corbett. She'll have another shot at it, and a third shot. Tries the cross ice pass, hits a shin pad on the way. And Cassie Gordon chips it off the boards. At center ice now, that's Morgan Schusterman who's able to dump it in. She'll go off now for CBU. And Marshall's going to try it again. First attempt didn't work. Second, marginally better. Capers able to get back onside. Corbett brings it in. First real test for Lowe here, and she's able to handle that one. And the faceoff will come to Lowe's left here. 13:04 remaining now in the opening frame. Still scoreless between the Hurricanes and Capers. Tie up off the draw. Taylor tries to go forward with it, but it only gets out to the blue line. That shot then sent wide. Now the Hurricanes try to bring it forward. Cassie Gordon with a chip. Jacobs able to find that pass in the middle of the ice. CBU chips it back down. Hurricanes clearing attempt gets as far as Jacobs. Kind of gets corkscrewed there. Taylor, nothing called there, so the Hurricanes will play on. And trying to bring it forward there is Gordon. Taylor again on the pressure. That one's sent around by Kate Burke. And now the Capers try to do something with it here. Shayna Hookshorst chips that one in. Now Parsons looking to make a decision on the breakout. Just out of the reach there of Reardon that time. And sent right back in by the Capers. That was Layla Ludica on that dump in. Now a little bit of room there for Parsons. Did she get the red line? Yeah, she did. And that one poked forward nicely by the Capers, as that was Ludica clearing it. Up to Corbett. Maddie Corbett. Oh, nice move behind the skates. Gets around to land that time. And nothing doing in front of the net. Anna Lewand with an attempt after that slick little move. But the Capers keep it in. That's Ludica who sent it on net. Now it's back into CBU territory, and that's going to go for icing. 11:10 left in the opening frame now. Hurricanes and Capers still scoreless. Face-off will again come to Olivia Lowe's left. Capers win that one cleanly. And shot doesn't quite get through. Pass a little too far ahead though for Alain on the breakout, and now it's Belle Jacobs back for it. Jacobs clears, finds Schusterman. McGilvery meets her at the Capers bench. Few bodies in there, puck squeaks loose. Chip back into Capers territory, but that gave a little bit of room for Burke to briefly maneuver. And, ooh, puck just through the crease there. A little bit of room now for the Hurricanes to operate if Marshall can keep the handle. Right in front of us in our broadcast position here now. And that one's sent forward by Megan Kelly. That one's going to go on goal, negating caper icing. Low, gonna freeze that one as we come up on the halfway mark of this opening period. Again, still no score between the Holland Hurricanes and the Cape Breton University Capers. Face-off once again coming to Olivia Lowe's left. And another tie-up off the draw, squeaks into the slot. And just able to get a backhand shot off there was Geneva Marshall. Handled relatively cleanly. And that shot attempt there from Ludica gets blocked by Carey. Now here's Kristen Taylor back the other way. Just kind of shoveled it off there for Audrey McDonald. But unable to do anything with it are the Hurricanes as the Capers bring it back. And it's right below us here in our broadcast position. Layla Ludica with it now. Chipped forward. That one finds Martinello. Shot goes a little wide. Now the Hurricanes try to break out with it again. Sent forward to Kristen Taylor. Dual sport athlete at Holland College is Kristen Taylor. Of course, a key member of the women's soccer team as well. Two-time ACAA All-Conference as well, if I'm not mistaken, on that front, as Corbett's going to get that one out for the Capers. And that one's going to go for icing as we cross the halfway point of this opening period. 9:02 to go to be precise. And shots right now are 6-4 in favor of the Capers so far. Nothing especially threatening so far, but hey, we got lots of time to go. The face-off will come to O'Neill's left. Capers win that one cleanly. There's Martinello on the draw. Now Ludica tries to swing it back around. And she succeeds, this time finding Shayna Hookshorst. And that one chipped back in by Abby Rogers. Gordon tries to bring that one out, but had a little bit of support there in the form of LeBlanc. Gabby LeBlanc's shot, there off a stick and wide. Gordon tries to center, but that hits a Caper skate. And clearing attempt intercepted by Alain. Now Gabby LeBlanc with it. Capers will try to regroup. Here's Jacobs. Nice cross ice pass here. Good bit of shielding there on the puck from Anna Lewan. And that's going to find Jacobs here. Tries the cross ice pass again for Lewan, but that's left wanting. And now the Hurricanes back out with it. And the breakout was poked away by the Capers, but here's Alain with it now. Chipped off the boards, back to Jacobs. A little bit of pitch and catch happening between the two teams here. And trying to break through there was Rogers, but unable to maintain the handle. Layla Ludica now. A very mobile Capers blue line we're seeing here in the opening period, as Lowe is able to handle that one cleanly. Face-off will come to her right this time around. 7:28 remaining in the opening frame. And again, it is still scoreless. And Martinello wins that draw cleanly, back to Ludica. And she's just going to shovel that one into the corner. Martinello to it first. And unable to find the handle on that was the Capers forward that time around, Schusterman. As it comes into Capers territory, back for it just in time is Ludica with the pressure coming. She's going to get it back here now, though. Working her way up the middle of the ice. Able to fire that one on net. Low with the stop. That one off the back of the net. And on the half boards, trying to center that one was Marley Hiscock. But now a little bit of open ice here for the Hurricanes. As taking a little tumble there was Abby Murphy that time around, as the Capers come back with it now. Jacobs. Pressured by Parsons, keeping her to the outside. McGilvery meets her around the net eventually, and now here's Carey with it. Carey trying to find a way forward, but unable to do so. And that was a good clearance attempt there from Whalen, and it looks like we're going to get the game's first penalty as a result. And it looks like it'll be Martinello going off. And it's going to be an interference call, so that's going to be the game's first power play here for the Hurricanes. 6:13 left in the opening frame. Again, we're still scoreless here at the East Link Center in Charlottetown. Face-off coming to O'Neill's right. And it'll be Abby Gordon and Amira Paul, taking the draw. A little bit of a scramble. Corbett eventually controls it and just flings it out of the zone. And let's see who's going to get to it first. Battle of the 15s. Parsons versus Marshall. Eventually, Parsons gets the better of that exchange, and the Hurricanes will try to break out and set something up. Here's Cassie Gordon. Stops up on the half boards. Dumps it off for Taylor. Tries to get around two Capers defenders there, but they were capable of defending, and they'll clear it to burn some time on this PK. Abby Gordon with
Capers
the breakout.
penalties, number 71.
And another layer to it finds Jose Allen.
Martinello, 2 minutes for interference. Time the penalty, 13:47. That's
Gordon.
Martinello, 2 for interference.
Tries to get it on net. She does. Briefly loose. Hurricanes unable to do anything with it. Cassie Gordon. Over to Taylor. Back to Gordon. She'll send it on net. That one's blocked by Ludica, but it's going to settle into the corner here for Alain. Finds some space. Gets it on net. And a bit of a bouncing puck there, but O'Neill able to hang on. 50 seconds remaining in the Hurricanes power play. 5:03 left in the opening period. Still scoreless here in Charlottetown. Face-off coming to O'Neill's right. Won by the Hurricanes. Marshall sends it on net. That one just wide. And Whalen's going to send it back into the corner. Addison McGilvery with it. Pushed up along the boards. That was Jacobs on the defense for the Capers. LeBlanc back to Marshall. Back to Gabby LeBlanc. Puck intercepted there. McGilvery couldn't quite get to it, but Capers unable to clear. Here's Whalen. Whalen on goal. Loose puck. Handled nicely by O'Neill, and that one's going to get out of the CBU zone. McGilvery back to retrieve, unable to get the pass off. Luckily, she had some help there in the form of Whalen, who sends it forward to LeBlanc. As we're now back to full strength here on both sides. Martinello making her way out of the box. Hurricanes dump it in, and they'll head off for a change. 4 minutes to go now in this opening frame. As Jacobs looks for a seam, and she finds it. CBU headed forward. And still sending it around there was Anna Lewan. And she's going to get the puck back again. Nobody home on that attempted pass, though, so the Hurricanes will try to get it out again. Parsons does get out. Now there's Lewan. And that one, Julia McKinnon tries to do something with it, but quickly swarmed by the Hurricanes defenders. Ludica sends that one forward, just a little bit wide of low. And now that's Tori Acorn trying to get it out, and it does leave the Hurricane zone. Only to be sent right back in. Parsons will give it another go. Now Corbett at center ice. She'll just backhand it into the Hurricane zone, Acorn up. That one doesn't get out. The tip there from Audrey McDonald couldn't quite get past the CBU attacker. That one, however, does, courtesy of Gabby LeBlanc. However, Ludica is going to get to that one first. Pass intercepted by Audrey McDonald. Centering pass, nobody home that time around. Now Martinello tries to send it forward. unable to do anything with it, but now Corbett will give it a go with a little bit of room. Matty Corbett circles around, that one blocked, shot straight at the blue line. Corbett will just wrist that one on goal. Lowe does have to handle it, but not especially threatening as it was for a change. And nice attempt there. Lowe able to handle that. That was Marshall breaking out of the corner. And that's going to draw a face-off here with 2:14 left in the opening frame. Face-off will come to Lowe's left. Still no score. Shots are 10-5 CBU here in the opening period. Hurricanes control that draw. That one poked by Burke. But now it's Jacobs with it, with Alain on the forecheck. That one's sent forward. Now back into Hurricanes territory as they'll try to clear. Oh, loose puck here in the middle of the ice. Marshall in the slot. I don't know if you want to see that. But that one's chopped wide. Hurricanes trying to clear here. This will get to the CBU blue line. And Ludica tries to chip it forward, but doesn't get it past Alain. Jose Alain trying to break into the slot. Backhand stopped by O'Neill. Minute and a half left now in the opening period as that one's left for McGilvery. CBU trying to clear. Unsuccessful as Acorn is able to hold it at the blue line. Now Corbett trying to find some room. And she's able to succeed that time around. Here's Acorn with it now, regrouping for Holland College. Pass up the middle, didn't work out. But Acorn able to recover.
Last minute of play in the first period.
Here's Martinello with an opportunity. That one right into the H crest there of Lowe. And she'll handle that one. 55.9 left in the opening period now. Still scoreless between the Hurricanes and Capers. Face-off coming to Olivia Lowe's right. Tie up off the draw, back to Ludica. And a little tip on that one there from Martinello, but nothing threatening. And now trying to do something with it there was Rogers. Centering pass briefly goes through the crease, but the Hurricanes break out with it. And that was sent forward by LeBlanc. Just chipped in behind the net. Now Corbett. Less than 30 seconds left here in the period as Martinello swarmed by a couple of defenders. She'll just dump it in and change. Now here's Whalen, who might have a bit of a lane down the side. Decides to center it for Cassie Gordon. Unable to handle it that time though. Now here's Corbett back the other way. Corbett, good back pressure there from Kristen Taylor to make sure nothing came of that opportunity. However, this one's right out in front. And McKinnon couldn't quite get a proper shot off as the horn goes. 20 minutes in the books. And unsure if there's going to be a flood here or not. I believe after the second period they'll be flooding. So brief pause in the action. We'll be back in about, give or take 30, 40 seconds on the other side for the second period. And as we're about to get started here in the second period, Shots 11-7 for the Capers. No score, though. But taking a peek at the YouTube comments, a couple of Gabby LeBlanc fans here in the chat. User-P5G6X watching from Cheticamp, Nova Scotia. Go Gabby and Hurricanes. And then at Brenda Larad. Yeah, I know that pronunciation. I used to live in Lower Sackville, which is where Brenda Larad's watching from. Go Gabby and the Hurricanes. So thank you both for tuning in here as we're underway in the second. And Taylor, nope, not able to get back on side. Gordon tried to hang on as long as she possibly could, excuse me, but play still offside. Face-off will come just outside the CBU zone, below us here in the broadcast booth. Looks like we're all set to go. Capers win that one cleanly. Burke over to Jacobs. And now we have some CBU fans checking into the chat. Tara McDonald messaging, go CBU. Thank you for the shout out, Tara. As we got another stoppage in play. Face-off looks like it's coming all the way back into Caper territory. And it'll be to O'Neill's left. Tie up off the draw. Jacobs kind of shovels it back behind her own goal. Burke will swing it around. And Rogers sent that one forward. Martinello with the chip in. Acorn back for it, unable to get it out. And that shot from Jacobs handled capably by Lowe. Face-off will come to her right. Just a minute into this second period here now. Still no score between the Holland Hurricanes and the CBU Capers. Shots 12-7 in favor of CBU. And Zadika tries to just send that one into the corner and works its way to the slot. That one just wide. Just a little off target there from Hiscock. Might have had a bit of a deflection there as well. Ludzika back for it. Ludzika working her way through the neutral zone. Acorn briefly able to knock her off the puck. Now LeBlanc behind the net. Able to poke it loose, to a place where Lowe can freeze it. Face-off will come to her left now. And a reminder, just a couple weekends left before the Atlantic Collegiate Hockey Association Championships, which, if memory serves, it was CBU that hosted them last year. I'd have to take a little peek into the background here as the Hurricanes clear it. That's Carey sending it forward. And no icing here, so Murphy tries to center. However, Corbett's there to meet her. Parsons now. And that shot swung a little wide there from Murphy. Kept in by Marshall. Swung a bit wide there. Puck battle results in the Capers getting out, and here's Martinello. Tries to cut to the middle of the ice, shot blocked. And Schusterman sends that one on goal, blockered away by Lowe. Hurricanes unable to clear. Corbett sends that one on net. And Lowe had to hang on to it for a few seconds prior to getting the stoppage in play. But she'll get another face-off to her left. 17:37 left now in the second. Still looking for our opening goal here between Holland College and Cape Breton University. Capers control the draw. That's Burke. Michael Jacobs winds up, fires right into Lowe's chest. Bell Jacobs got a good shot off, but the Capers captain denied that time around. CBU getting another opportunity. Face-off coming to Lowe's right. Might help if I actually change the period on the scoreboard. These things happen as we are officially in the second period, as that one from Jacobs is left wanting again. Hurricanes trying to clear that one. Jacobs sends it into the far corner. Whalen with it. And she's able to hang on to it behind her own net. Hurricanes try to clear once again. Gets out to center ice where Kate Burke's got it. Over to Jacobs. She'll just lob that one in across. And that's Anna Lawand in on the forecheck. In from Martinello. Tries to center. Lawand's there. She scores! Anna Lawand gets the icebreaker. And that's going to put the Capers up 1-0. And for the first time here on the women's hockey action, we've got ourselves a replay. Have another look at this. As Martinello's going to center it. There's Lawand open. Picks that top corner. And just like that, 1-0 in favor of CBU. 16:48 left now in the second. As Corbett's just going to drill that one on net. Lowe steers that one aside. Martinello looking for more. So we'll see what the official
Capers' first goal, scoreboard number 13, Anna Lawand. Assist to number 71, Raya Marinello. Time to goal, 3:12. That's Lawand from Marinello at 3:12.
So it is Lawand from Martinello, at 3:12. But now Jose Alain looking to answer here for Holland College. Tries to keep that puck in, and the Hurricanes do. Set right back around. But now here are the Capers once again breaking out. Although the Hurricanes grab it once more. Here's Marshall. Up forward there for Reardon. Couldn't quite get it over to Alain. Yeah, here's Layla Lujica. Sending it over now for Paul. Again, Amira Paul, former Mount Academy Saint product, so knows a little thing or two about playing here on the island, particularly in this building. Paul with a nice cycle here. Finds some space. Lowe stops it. Can't find the rebound. Eventually freezes it. So 15:31 left now in the second. CBU leading this one 1-0. Have the edge in the shots as well. 16-7 over Holland College. And the faceoff's going to come to Olivia Lowe's right. Controlled again by the Capers. They've been good in the circle here tonight. And that one just sent over to the half boards there. And yeah, that's going to get called. That'll be Whalen going to the box as she pushes her into the boards. And by her, I mean Hiscock in this case. And we'll see what the official call is. Could be any number of things. One thing we do know is it was from behind. So it looks like it's going to be a boarding call here on Whalen, and that's going to send the Capers to their first power play of the night. Tie up off the draw. LeBlanc able to push that one back. Parsons tries to clear, but Lodica catches it in midair. Looking for a centering pass, nearly finds it there. But the Capers will retain control. Corbett at the blue line. Sent forward to our goal scorer, Anna Lawand. Sent across to Martinello, but unable to handle it. CBU taking their time setting this one up. Tries to center, but eventually Carey will clear that one for the Hurricanes. Taking some precious PK time off the clock. Buck 20 left in the CBU power play. 14:33 left in the opening, or second period, excuse me. As now Corbett's going to survey her options. Goes across to Martinello. Martinello willing to cycle there. Just backhands it in
number
for
18,
Lodica.
Hannah Whalen.
Nice centering pass, it's loose.
Found the penalty
Lawand
for
looking for more,
4:45.
but
That's
Lowe able
Whalen
to
just reporting
freeze
at
that one.
4:45.
And she'll get another face-off here in her own zone. 58 seconds left in the Caper power play. 14:13 left in the second period. Taylor controls that draw for the Hurricanes. Tries to go off the glass, but CBU keeps it in. Now Abby Gordon tries to clear, but unable to get it past the Caper forward there. And nearly had a second one there for CBU, but the net gets dislodged, as that was Geneva Marshall threatening. Face off coming to Lowe's right here again. Another tie up off the draw. Poked away. And the Hurricanes try to advance it, but again, there's Corbin at the blue line. Sends that one across. Marshall can't quite get the handle, but now Kristen Taylor's got some open ice. Taylor working against Ludica. She's on her own, though, as that shot will go a little wide, but it does burn some time for the Hurricanes on the penalty kill, which is down to 20 seconds. Capers with perhaps one last opportunity on the power play. Hiscock tries to go cross ice, but that one gets intercepted, and now Alain tries to push forward. Ludica loses an edge. Now Taylor's got some room as we're about to go 5-on-5. Taylor breaking through, can't quite get the handle on the shot. Centering pass blocked. Now Martinello. Stopped on the half wall by Parsons. Briefly keeps it in. Now Paul surveying her options here for CBU. Elects to just dump it in and head off. Now Abby Gordon with it. Able to get it past the CBU forward. Gets it out of her own zone. Kept in by Jacobs. CBU gets onside in that sequence, as that one will squeak back out. There's Jacobs with it again, over to Burke. Burke off the boards, finds Schisterman. And that was Rogers trying to get it back in, and they do just get it over the line. Loose puck squeaks away from the boards, and now here's Marshall. Gains the blue line, gets the shot off, forces O'Neill to handle it at least. As we'll see what the Hurricanes can do. They take it out of the Capers zone. Whalen off the boards for Marshall, can't quite handle it, and now here's Jacobs. Bell Jacobs back the other way for the Capers. Tries the centering pass, can't quite find McKinnon there. Burke shot blocked. Blocked again by Abby Gordon. And good puck battle there from Carey to get that one away from Handle Holland, the goal scorer. And she's got it back, though. The puck seems to be following her over the last few minutes. She gets the shot off, does the one, but low with the save. 11:30 left in this middle frame. Again, Anna Lalonde with the goal here. That's got CBU up 1-0 over Holland College. Shots 18-7 in favor of the Capers. McGillivray able to control it off the draw for Holland College. She'll get it back from Acorn. Can't quite get it back, and going down there was Rogers, no call. There's Martinello with it, another player the puck's been following tonight. As Ludica's gonna fire that one just wide open. Net, oh! Can't quite handle it there. But it just hopped over Rogers' stick. There was a gaping 4x6, but came up with 0 that time around, unfortunately. But now the Capers threatening here again. Jenna Hookshorst working her way into the slot. That one steered aside, but she gets it back. Capers have to be careful on that change there. And now bringing it, Paul, that one off the iron. Man, oh man, I don't know if that went in or not. No video review, of course, here. But certainly a well-placed shot there from Paul. It beat low, couldn't beat the bar. And now coming forward is Gabby LeBlanc, able to hold it onside there as the Hurricanes come forward. Nice shot there, just a little bit high, courtesy of Abby Murphy that time around. But now here's Corbett. Tries to clear, does hop over Parsons' stick at the blue line, and now coming the other way is Marshall. Good defensive effort there from the Hurricanes to stop that one up. I believe that's the Hurricanes. Marshall just realizing there's one on each side. Hurricanes send it back in behind the CBU net. Now Corbett with it. Corbett distinguishable by the white helmet. That lob pass couldn't quite find Martinello. Instead, draws an icing. 9:39 left in the second. I think Martinello might be pleading the case that she either tipped it or believes the Hurricane defender could have gotten there to negate it. But 99.9% of the time, discussions with officials go absolutely nowhere. So we'll go back to Capers zone. Face off to O'Neill's left. Tie up off the draw. Alain with a nice shot there. O'Neill had to handle that one in tight. Kind of a quick shot there from Jose Alain. And also with a little bit of a screen there from the defender, but well done by O'Neill to be able to see that one. And so we'll do it all over again. And that one poked forward. Reardon briefly had a handle on it, loses it though. Now the Capers breaking out again. Here's Martinello. Stops up in the half boards, poked away by the defender. That is Marshall. Back to the court for Burke. And that one handled by McKinnon and scores! Right on the doorstep there was Morgan Schusterman. And that is going to make it 2-0 in favor of the Capers. And we're going to go ahead and take another look at that. And so we'll take a closer look. You see the puck being cycled around nicely by the Capers. Kind of bouncing around. Eventually Schusterman finds the opening and is able to go top corner with low down and out on that one. And again, that extends the CBU lead to 2-0. And we're back underway now. Burke tries to send that one forward. Does get into Hurricanes territory, but only as far as Parsons, who goes off the boards and finds Carey with it. Carey coming down the wing. Hurricanes looking for an answer here.
Capers' second goal, scorer number 2, Morgan
Crushed on the
Schusterman.
outside there by McKinnon.
Assisted by number 17, Julia McKinnon,
Parsons
and
able to
number
keep that one in
71,
briefly for
Ryan
the Hurricanes.
Martinello. Time of the goal,
But now the Capers get it
10:49.
out.
That's Schusterman for McKinnon and Martinello at 10:49.
And CBU just able to dump that one back in for the change. Of course, the long change here in the second period means a little bit more to think about in terms of getting yourself onside. But now here's Cassie Gordon with it. She's able to get it out, finds LeBlanc. Gabby LeBlanc up the middle of the ice, keeps herself onside, and that shot has to be handled by O'Neill. A bit of a spinner there. And yeah, unable to get out of the zone in time was Carey. McGilvery just couldn't quite hang on that time. And we'll take another peek here at the live chat. Raylene Broussard checking in, wishing Tori Acorn good luck here for the Hurricanes. As we're back underway here now. Corbett forward for Martinello. Martinello stops up, tries the centering pass there. Attempted to find Shayna Hookshorst that time. And frozen behind the Hurricanes net. McGilvery in the middle of it for Holland College. Capers come out with it. There's Martinello. That's a couple of times we've said that tonight. Lalonde with the shot. Or Paul, excuse me. Low with the save and then a bit of a chop. That was at Corbett coming through. And she's going to get called for it, so... Oh no, that might have been a retaliation as it looks like Maddie Corbett's going off. So, Hurricanes with an opportunity on the power play here now. 7:25 left in the second. One of the Capers' better defenders here in the form of Corbett off for 2 minutes or less. And an important opportunity here for the Hurricanes to capitalize on. Kristen Taylor with it, looking for a seam. She shoots, and O'Neill handles it, but then unable to catch it fully. Back to Taylor at the point. And that one hops off Cassie Gordon's skate, and it's going to get sent out by Jacobs. And Capers will be first
Capers
on the attack
penalty
here
number
on the
5, Maddie
PK.
Corbett.
That's
6
Hiscock in on
minutes
the
for
forecheck.
slashing. Time the penalty
Parsons able to
12:35.
dig
That's
that one out
Corbett
with a little
for
help from
slashing at
Taylor.
12:35.
So 12:35 the time on that penalty to Maddie Corbett for a slash. Now Cassie Gordon looking to set something up. Cross ice for Abby, couldn't quite get the handle. And that was going to be sent out again by the Capers, only as far as Taylor at center ice. So the LN now. Surrounded by Caper defenders. Just protecting the puck, centers it. Abby Gordon couldn't quite get the shot off. Parsons there for it. Jacobs pushes her into the boards. Hurricanes maintain possession. Briefly at least, but now that one was sent out by Marshall to burn some time here for CBU. Hurricanes looking to set up there again. Taylor just sends it forward to Alain. Shot off the stick there of Ladika. And now coming back the other way is CBU. Puck remains in play. That was Anna Lawand who was handling it and then eventually does get it into Hurricane territory. And rinse and repeat. That time for Lawand as we're down to 15 seconds left in the Holland College power play. Perhaps time for one more opportunity as Whalen surveys her options headed up the ice. Whalen up the seam in the neutral zone, working her way around as we are now back to full strength. Carey couldn't quite get the handle on that. LeBlanc finds the rebound. And a couple of bodies going at it in there. But eventually O'Neill's able to find it. And she freezes it, so the face-off will come to her left. 5:20 left now in the second. CBU up 2-0 in this one. And goals coming from Anna Lawand and Morgan Schusterman in this one. Capers control it again off the draw. That's been, again, I mentioned it earlier, but a key part of the story here tonight. CBU has been prominent at the dot. Now Corbett back on the ice, fresh off that penalty. Nice stretch pass there, finds Martinello. Martinello tries to work her way around Marshall. Centering pass gets tipped. And left alone there, scores! Rhea Martinello has been a threat all night for the Capers. And that'll be a goal and an assist in her stat book here tonight. And we're going to take another look at that one. And so what you'll see here is, again, more good cycle work eventually from the Capers. Failed clearing attempt, eventually finds Martinello alone in the middle of the ice, right in front of Lowe. And with 4:51 left in the second period, it's now 3-0 CBU. Hurricanes looking to bounce back here
Capers
before the
third
end of the
goal
period.
scorer
Sent
at number
forward for
71,
Jacobs.
Raya Martinello. Assisted by number 11, Abby Rogers. Time of the goal, 15:09. That's
So
Martinello
the
from
official
Rogers at
scoring play here is
15:09.
Martinello from Rogers at 15:09. Again, that puts CBU up 3 late here in the second. And they're threatening once again. McKinnon goes cross ice for Jacobs. Nice stop there from Lowe. Rebound kicks out to the point for Burke. Her shot a little bit wide. And we'll come back to the point for Jacobs. She'll wind up. That one off the side. CBU celebrating a little bit. Wrong side of the net. McKinnon cross ice to Jacobs, finding that seam. Nice shot there once again, but Lowe stops it. Time ticking away now, 3:59 left in the second period. Shots 21-8 now in favor of CBU. And they've got the advantage on the scoreboard that matters as well. It's 3-0 Capers over the Hurricanes. Face off to Lowe's right, won by CBU. Jacobs unable to keep it in on that cross ice pass. Burke back for it. Now Parsons. Alain loses it in her skates, but retrieves it at the blue line. Unable to find the centering pass that time around, and here's Geneva Marshall with it. Marshall cuts into the middle of the ice. That one poked away by Acorn. Now the Hurricanes break out again. And now Reardon has some space. 2-on-1 developing for Holland College. Reardon with the shot. Nice stop from O'Neill. That's her best stop of the night so far. Handled capably by O'Neill. Could have had the pass there, could Reardon, but elected to shoot. She had Murphy going in the slot, but I think ultimately the right decision to take the shot that time around, as Marshall's going to fire from the blue line. And now the Hurricanes work it out again. Allan through the neutral zone. Tries the move, but Corbett absolutely stuffed her, but she's headed back to the box as a result. That's going to be a roughing call on Maddie Corbett. Again, second penalty of the night. And that'll bring the Hurricanes to their third power play of the evening. And I know a rather vocal CBU fan section to my right very much disagrees with that call. But nevertheless, her face-off, will come to O'Neill's right. See if the Hurricanes can do something here. CBU controls it off the draw. Sent around by Ludica, kept in by Parsons. Dishes it down. Nice stop there by O'Neill. That's on Cassie Gordon. So the face-off will come to O'Neill's left. 2:43 left now in the second period. 1:50 left in the Holland College power play. Again, CBU controls it. Kept in by Taylor.
Keepers penalty number 5,
Another
Maddie
opportunity
Corbett.
for CBU,
Receives 2
again
minutes
held
for
in by
roughing.
Taylor.
Time of the penalty,
Taylor with the
17:07.
first seam, gets the
Corbett
shot off.
for
That got
roughing at
tipped, but
17:07.
O'Neill able to follow that puck capably. And we'll give it another go this time to O'Neill's left. 2:29 left in the second period. Hurricanes win that draw. Taylor at the point. 4 forwards being deployed here by Holland College on this power play. As now Cassie Gordon tries to center, loose puck in the crease, but eventually it gets out as that one's sent forward. Hurricanes looking to clear as the Capers change. Parsons at center ice. Dishes back to Taylor. Taylor with a bit of room at the top of the circle. That shot a little wide. Taylor pushes that one back to Allan. Back to Taylor. Kristen Taylor on the half wall. Centering pass. Oh, it was there. Cassie Gordon just couldn't quite keep the handle on it. Now CBU's away the other way. Marshall with the slap shot. And Lowe just settling things down. $1:36 left in the second period. 43 seconds left on the Holland College power play. Still 3-0 CBU. Face off comes to Lowe's right. CBU wins that. Back to Jacobs. She'll wind and fire. Lowe has to stop that one. And that's Ella Marshall with it. Hurricanes defender who, if memory serves, may have also been a Mount Academy Saint. I used to call their games, so that's why a couple of their names are familiar to me from a couple of years ago as the Hurricanes try to set up. Ella Marshall with it. Back into the corner. Marshall gets it back. That was from Reardon. And Marshall unable to keep it in that time around.
Last minute of the play in the
Into
second
the final minute
period.
of the second period now. Whalen sends it back in. And Corbett's about to come out behind the play. Back to 5-on-5. As Schusterman's going to skate this one into the zone. Drops for Corbett. Oh, toe drag by Corbett. And what a stop there from Lowe. That would have been a highlight reel goal from Corbett had she executed. But Lowe up to the challenge. 35 seconds to go. That one cleared. Carey couldn't quite get the handle on that. So that's going to be Rogers attempting it. Hurricanes offside right now. So LeBlanc couldn't attack. And now coming forward with it here is Ludica. Tries to cut to the net. Loose puck. Still loose. Lowe able to freeze that one. 9.3 on the clock. think the ref may have wanted to blow that one a little bit earlier, but it was still loose, still visible. And so we're going to get a face-off to Olivia Lowe's left. Closest corner to our broadcast position. Tie up off the draw. Parsons with it. And she's probably just going to hang on to it for these final seconds, and she does. So that's 40 minutes in the books here between the Holland Hurricanes and the Cape Breton University Capers. CBU leads this one 3-0. Shots 21-10 in favor of the Capers. 3 goals in the period for CBU, courtesy of Hannah Lewan, Morgan Schisterman, and Rhea Martinello. We'll step aside here as the ice gets flooded. We'll be back in, give or take, 12-13 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark, to bring you the rest of tonight's game. just about ready to roll here for the third period of tonight's Atlantic Collegiate Hockey Association matchup between the Holland Hurricanes and the Brentwood Clippers. CBU winning this one by a score of 3-0. All three goals coming in the second period, courtesy of Angela Lawrence, Gordon Christman, and Rhea Martinello. Once again, my name is Gordon Carver on the broadcast here tonight, filling in for Regan McCauley, who's usually in this spot, doing an admirable job for the Hurricanes over the last few seasons. But now I'm here to guide you through the third period that's just about to get underway. Capers control it off the draw. Here's Corbin. Tries to find Marshall with the pass, but nothing doing there. Marshall gets it back right around the red line. Parsons sends that one forward for Holland College. Recovered by Paul. Amira Paul across ice. Just casually shuttled back there for Ludica, who's going to send that one forward. And that one's going to get chipped up the ice by Hiscock. And CBU is going to go off for a quick change. Here's Parsons. Tries to go off the boards, but Corbett intercepts. She'll bring it back in. Corbett came into the action with 8 points here tonight, so definitely a threat on the blue line is number 5 in orange. Very distinguishable by the white helmet, and here she goes again. Here's Corbett. Centering pass there for Schusterman. Can't quite get the shot off. Hurricanes looking to clear. Cassie Gordon with it. She'll send it around her own net, but Schusterman's there to meet it on the half boards. Shot blocked that time. Now here's Kristen Taylor, the Hurricanes captain. Shoves it forward for Abby Gordon, who works her way to the outside, poked away by Ludica. Shot just kind of butterflies in behind the net. CBU looking to start over. And they're able to get that one out, as that was Ashlyn Tierney clearing that one for Martinello. But that goes nowhere. Now Whalen's going to give it a go for the Hurricanes. Stretch pass, nobody home on that one. Kate Burke dumps it back into the Hurricane zone. Whalen with it again, intercepted. That's McKinnon, loose puck here in the slot. The one looking for her second penalty coming here to the Hurricanes. I'd imagine it'll be a hook. And indeed, that is the call. 2:06 into the third period. And it looks like it'll be Tori Acorn headed off. So, up 3 already early in the third. CBU with a chance to find a potential dagger here on the power play. And the momentum's certainly been on their side for the majority of the night. Shots 21-10 in favor of the Capers. As the Hurricanes win that draw, and they're able to clear straight away. O'Neill out to handle it. Taylor might get to this puck first for Holland College. And indeed she does. No hook called there. Yep, there's the hook on Layla Ludica. So that is going to negate the Capers power play. And for the next buck 46, it looks like we're going to have some 4-on-4. And confirming it is a hooking penalty. So good pressure there on the forecheck by Hurricanes captain Kristen Taylor to draw that one. Now a little more open ice for both teams to play with. Capers win the draw. Jacobs over to Corbett. She'll backhand that one back to Jacobs. Bell Jacobs pressured on the forecheck here by LeBlanc. Bell Jacobs surveying her options. Again, a little more ice here on the 4-on-4. Instead, she'll just shovel it down. Parsons looking to reset here for the Hurricanes. Now Whalen out to LeBlanc. And right idea trying to go off the boards around Corbett, but that one just sails a little high into the CBU bench. 17:09 left in the third period here now. CBU losing this one 3-0. tie up off the draw. Kristen Taylor with it. Taylor has the stick slashed out of her hands, and it's going to be 4-on-3 here now. As it's going to be a slashing call. And it looks like it'll be Anna Lewan headed off. So again, the lay of the land, 4-on-3 for the next minute 8. Then it'll be a 5-on-3 for 14 seconds for Holland College. And then another 38 seconds of power play.
Hurricanes penalty to number 7, Tori Acorn.
Potentially
Receives
for
2 minutes for
Holland College to get back
Hoking.
in
Time
this one.
penalty 206. That's Acorn, 2 for Hoking, and 206.
Shot off, gets through, nice stop.
Capers penalty to number 16, Layla Ludica. Receives 2 minutes for Hoking. Time the penalty 220.
She gets that one on net.
That's Ludica, 2 for Hoking, and
Didn't quite get the
220.
handle on it there was Gordon.
Capers penalty to number 13, Anna Lowen.
Here's
2
Taylor
minutes
with
for
it again.
slashing. Time the penalty
That's the point for Ella Marshall.
258. That's Lowen, 2 for slashing at 258.
Walking the line here is Marshall. Leaves it for LA. Back to Marshall. Marshall tries the shot, but it's blocked by McKinnon. Now they'll cycle again. Cassie Gordon trying to get some tempo. Shot, I think, might have been blocked there by Taylor as that one whistles wide from Ella Marshall. 10 seconds left in the Hurricanes penalty. They'll be on a brief 5-on-3 after that. Corbett with a nice poke on LA. She's able to get a very important clear here. As both teams will change up. Acorn out of the box. Brief 5-on-3 here for Holland College. Ella Marshall surveying her options. Gains the blue line. Ball watching her. I believe former Saints teammates, if memory serves. Paul tries the stretch pass, and it finds Ludica, who's out of the box. Centering pass, nobody home on that one. Paul just slaps it on net. That one goes wide. 5-on-4 here for the next 20 seconds for Holland College. Marshall tries to shovel that one forward. Trying to reset here was Abby Gordon. That one intercepted. Might have one more shot at it, but it looks like we'll be heading back to 5-on-5 right about now. As indeed the Capers complete the kill. And now CBU threatening. Log along the boards. They're trying to get it out, but CBU keeps it in. Corbin at the blue line. That shot just wide. Block sends it around. And Carey just able to get her stick on it. Unable to get it past Corbett though. And now Martinello couldn't quite get a handle on that, and the Hurricanes bring it in. Kristen Taylor tries the center, just goes a little wide of the net. Reardon couldn't quite get a handle on that for the Hurricanes. And coming forward with it now is Anna Lewan, one of the goal scorers here tonight. That one chipped aside by Acorn. Ludica back with it. Set forward, Tierney can't get the handle. Here's Taylor in the slot. And they score! Bouncing puck there right in the slot, and we'll see if we can get another look at that, as it looks like it's Cassie Gordon who gets the Hurricanes on the board. As we'll go ahead and take another look. Hopefully I got to it in time. I think I just barely got to it in time there on the replay. As there's a bit of a loose puck in front, sometimes that's all it takes to get momentum and get yourself on the board. 13:46 to go. The Hurricanes may have a new lease on life here. And that breaks the Capers shutout bid, of course. O'Neill had been playing a solid game tonight up to that point. And we'll see how the Capers respond. McGillivray sends it into the Capers zone, but here's Jacobs with it. Over to Burke. Up to Martinello.
Hurricanes first goal, scored by number 6, Cassie Gordon. Assisted by number 17, Kristen Taylor. Time of the goal, 6:14. That's Gordon from Taylor at
And
6:14.
Martinello is going to get called. It looks like head contact here, so the Hurricanes right back to the power play with an opportunity to bring this to within one. Tide slowly shifting in this one. Sometimes, like I said earlier, one goal is all you need to start to feel it again. Now the face-off coming to O'Neill's left. One back there by the Capers. Corbett trying to clear. When it gets to Parsons at the blue line. To Taylor. Taylor with the shot. That one's blocked by Paul. Alain. Alain tries to go behind the net. Couldn't quite find Cassie Gordon with that one, and the Capers are clear. Parsons back. Geneva Marshall on the forecheck. And that one gets out, but Corbett's there to meet it. And she'll just shovel that one back
Capers
down.
penalties, number 71.
Parsons with
Ryan Martinello. 2 minutes for head contact. Time of penalty 6:44. That's Martinello, 2 for head contact at 6:44.
Yes, the stretch pass attempt there from Parsons goes wanting. Alain couldn't quite get a handle on that. So the Capers clear again. Hurricanes back in. Kristen Taylor trying to work her way around the net. Here's Cassie Gordon with it. Cross ice pass, Alain! That shot just a little wide. Hurricanes hold it again. Parsons, Alain. 45 seconds left on the power play. Jose Alain, cross ice. Oh, Taylor, I think would have had that had she gotten the handle. But the Hurricanes continue to threaten. Here's Cassie Gordon. Working her way through the zone. Tries to center it there. Had, I believe, McGilvery there down low. Oh, no, that was Abby Gordon. My mistake. Kristen Taylor holds it in. Here's Cassie Gordon. Tried to center it. Again, nobody home, but here's Abby Gordon. Cassie Gordon will go off. Drop it back there for Parsons. Got some fresh legs on the ice here in the form of Carey. But again, fantastic job there from Geneva Marshall on the penalty kill. And that's going to bring it back to 5-on-5 here as the Hurricanes are unable to capitalize on that power play. 3-1 Capers here now, 11 minutes left in the third period. Hurricanes just getting on the board a moment ago, courtesy of Cassie Gordon. And we'll see if they can threaten again. Carey tries to push it forward. Capers briefly clear, but that's Ella Marshall with it. Tries to find it up the center of the ice, but Jacobs intercepted, and now here comes Anna Lalonde with it, one of the goal scorers for the Capers tonight. Whalen pushes that one forward. Chipped up the ice, potential opportunity here for LeBlanc to get the handle, but unable to, and unable to get back over the blue line as Carey takes it over offside. 10:19 to go now in the third period. CBU continues to lead 3-1. Face-off will come just below our broadcast position, just outside the Caper zone. CBU wins the draw again. Here's Corbett. Up the middle from Martinello, can't quite get the handle. And that one's set right back in. Hurricanes redirect. CBU tried to send that one on net there again. Ludiga couldn't quite get it through the bodies, but she'll chip it back down into Hurricane territory, where Whalen's going to reset things. But good pressure on the forecheck there from Abby Rogers in the corner. And nice lead pass there, but just unable to handle it that time was Megan Kelly. But here's an opportunity for the Hurricanes. Murphy stopped by O'Neill. Ella Marshall holds it in. Ludiga gloves that one down, and she's got some room to move. Gains Hurricanes blue line. Works her way around Acorn, centering pass, nobody home. And Marshall tried to send that one on net, just kind of floated in the air for a little bit. Now Kelly will just send that one into open space. Kate Burke. Off the skate there of Hiscock, and now the Hurricanes send it back out. Again, a little more pitch and catch like we saw earlier as Burke will reset. There's ball over Marshall. Over Marshall with some room, quickly cut off there by Kristen Taylor. Hurricanes trying to clear. Marshall with the centering pass, though, nothing doing. Now the Hurricanes have it again. There's Acorn. Chipped in. I think it might have taken a bit of a weird bounce off either the boards or the linesman there. But now the Capers back the other way. Martinello has that one poked away. Good defensive play there by Parsons. And another inadvertent block there off the shot from the CBU forward. Name briefly escaped me, but it was Rogers. Held in by Burke. Now the Hurricanes trying to clear as the Capers look to try and assert themselves here once more. Cassie Gordon takes it to the outside. And pushed into the boards there by Burke. But good job from the defender to cut off the ice. I should point out as we got a delayed offside. Jacobs back with it. Sends it up the middle of the ice. Couldn't quite find Schusterman with that one. Now the Hurricanes get it out again. And Udika over to Corbett. Up the middle of the ice, finds Martinello. Lead pass there for Lawan. That's been a pretty good duo here tonight. And we'll see if they can continue it. That's Lawan again. McKinnon. Shovels it into the far corner. Ella Marshall will try to cycle it around, but that is met by Ludika. Unable to clear are the Hurricanes. Tierney fires that one just a little wide. Go on. Back to Ludika. Sends that one on net, stopped by Lowe. Faber is able to keep it in. Ludika will send that one just wide. McKinnon with it behind the net. McKinnon circling the zone. Dumps it for Ludika. Shoveled back to McKinnon. Good job by the Capers of burning some precious time on the clock. And now the Hurricanes clear. And coming the other way is reared in. Deflection off of Corbett on that shot from the slot. Here's Corbett again. Over to Ludika. Very strong defensive pair for CBU. Martinello chasing after it. Parsons will get there first. Now here's Addison Gilbert. Tries to keep the handle, but instead it goes to Rogers. That one stopped by Lowe. Quality opportunity there for Abby Rogers. But a big stop there from the Hurricanes goalie. As now it's Belle Jacobs again. Nobody home on that pass, so that's going to go for icing as the clock ticks down to 5:20 in this one. CBU continues to lead 3-1, shots 23-12 in favor of the Capers. And obviously not quite time to think about pulling the goalie here yet. Still obviously lots of time on the clock, but perhaps a back of mind thought as we get closer to say 2.5 minutes remaining. Meanwhile, Parsons sends that one on net. Jacobs intercepts, sends it up the middle to Martinello. Martinello intercepted there by Taylor. Now the Hurricanes have a little bit of room to go. Gordon couldn't quite get the handle on that one, so the Capers will turn it right back around. Amira Paul with it, just waiting for her line mates to change up, but that one's sent to the middle of the ice. Potential opportunity here for Gordon. That shot just goes a little wide. Corbett just kind of chops at it to get it out, and now the Capers back the other way. Stopping up in the middle of the ice. That's a nice stop there from Lowe. That's one they needed to have in the moment. And we'll take another quick peek at that. Shot in the slot there. I believe that was from Marshall. And we're going to head back to live action now. 4:23 to go. Hurricanes unable to clear. Just redirected. And Corbett just sends that one a little bit wide. Rudika with it. Uses the handle though, and Alain fights for it. Hurricanes across the blue line. Alain back. She scores! What a shot there from Jose Alain. And folks, this one is not over, not by a long shot. It is 3-2 in favor of the Capers, but that's an absolute beauty there from Jose Alain. Let's take another look. So, nice bit of development here in the zone. Reardon with a nice drop pass. Alain with a nice seam. She just fires it over the shoulder. And suddenly, this is a one-goal game, folks. 3:49 left. This one is not over. Capers chip it in deep. Hurricanes send it around. Burke able to keep it in. Schusterman with the puck, tries to center.
Hurricanes' second goal. Scorer number
Particularly
10,
locked in
Joe
right now.
Allen.
She's able to
Assist by
follow that
number
one.
14, Darcy Reardon. Time to goal, 16-11. That's Alain
And
from
so
Reardon
the
at
official scoring
16-11.
play is Alain from Reardon at 16-11. Face-off coming to Olivia Lowe's right. As suddenly we're into crunch time here. Capers control it off the draw, but it gets over the line. Gets through Jacobs. Like I said earlier, sometimes just that little bit of momentum is all you need, and feels like the Hurricanes have a little spark here late in this one. But Martinello is looking to put it out. That one goes off the side of the net. And Burke unable to get it through. Tierney meets the same fate. And now here's Cassie Jordan. She got the Hurricanes rolling here early in the third, and now she gets through Burke. Shot there from Gordon just wide. 2:40 to go now in the third as the Capers clear. Here's Tierney. Centering pass. Doesn't quite find Blouin, but here's Tierney with it. Can't quite get the handle. See how well the Capers can apply the pressure, because the more time they can spend in the zone, the less time that'll allow for Olivia Lowe to get out of the net in favor of an extra skater. We'll keep an eye on the bench here in the next little bit. But first the Hurricanes have to clear. That one gloved down by Whalen. Hurricanes gain the zone, no movement from the net yet. Nice shot there from Taylor. But up to the task there was O'Neill. 1:57 left in the third period. And the faceoff is going to come to O'Neill's left. And a little bit of a look from the Hurricanes coaching staff toward Lowe, but no movement yet. CBU controls the draw. Ludvika tries to skate it out. And she'll do so, gaining center ice, and now the Hurricanes blue line. Works the way around Marshall. Tries to go end to end here, but nothing doing once she works her way back around. Now Alain chips it forward. LeBlanc able to get it off the dasher. And again, still no movement from the Hurricanes net. Makes sense to really get control in the offensive zone. Now here's Martinello being pressured on the back check by Reardon. Reardon integral in setting up that second goal by Jose Alain. Now Jacobs with it. 1:10 left in the third now. Allen trying to play it off. Jacobs reared it in on the forecheck as well.
Last minute of the play in the third
We're in
period.
the last minute now. 3-2 CBU leading this one. I think we're in for an exciting finish as CBU gains the zone. That's Geneva Marshall in with a head of speed. And she scores! Geneva Marshall playing silencer here with 45.1 seconds left in the third. That's going to restore CBU's 2-goal lead, and let's take another look at that. Nice rush from center ice, basically. And with a head of steam, like I said, initial shot was kind of stopped up, but followed up, went upstairs, and like I said, that restores CBU's 2-goal lead. And that gives them a little bit of breathing room here in the last 45 seconds. But Kristen Taylor's got something to say about that as she works her way around the net.
Capers fourth goal, score by number 15, Geneva Marshall, unassisted. Top goal, 1915. That's Marshall, unassisted at 1915.
Clear, here's Taylor with it. Still 5-on-5, still no extra skater. Centering pass there from Taylor, couldn't quite find Cassie Gordon. Bouncing puck, scores! So yeah, remember what I said about Marshall playing silencer? Just kind of forget that because the Hurricanes are not out of it just yet. Let's take another look at that one, shall we? Suddenly the floodgates are just bursting open. As we take another look here as I will wait for the official announcement. Admittedly, I didn't fully have all there. Touch and at the same time. 17.4 seconds left. Now the Hurricanes net's empty. As they'll push for the tying goal. Final 10 seconds, chipped in. Ludika able to hold on to it. She'll try to freeze it on the end boards.
Hurricanes third goal, score by number 15, Emmy Parsons.
That's not
Assisted by number 17, Kristen Taylor, number 6, Cassie Gordon. Time of the goal, 1943. That's Parsons from Taylor.
So confirmation
and
that it was
Gordon
Parsons who scored that final goal from the Hurricanes. Valiant effort in the third period, it has to be said. But ultimately just one goal short as the Capers win this one 4-3. And these two teams will do it all over again here at Eastlink Center tomorrow morning at 11:15. We'll have the call for you on the Hurricanes YouTube channel as well. So for the Holland Hurricanes Athletic Department, cameraman Cameron to my left, I'm Jordy Carraher. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast and we will see you tomorrow morning.